The best legislation comes from people that are actually impacted by it.
Yeah.
And when you shared your story, I can't believe that families and children can't get access to their records, their story, based on some sort of red tape. This particular bill, Senate Bill 2895, is probably one of the most meaningful pieces of legislation that I've been able to work on and write and get passed through the Senate unanimously with bipartisan support. Came through child welfare, as you know, in the Senate, which is I'm the minority spokesperson for, and it was bipartisan. So, it's very frustrating for me. It was such a powerful thing that for you to come to committee.
Children from foster care already lose their first family, their first home, and often their name. They should not also lose their story.
Adoptive parents are opening their homes and their hearts. They understand that children who come from foster care may have experienced trauma. They are ready and willing to provide love and stability, but they cannot fully support a child's healing if they do not have access to the child's complete case history. Got it through committee, and in fact, the chair of Child Welfare Committee, who also was in foster care, stood up and said, I want to be a chief co-sponsor on this legislation. Yeah. So this is frustrating for me to see that it was never called in the House, and the supermajority in the House just assigned it to the Rules Committee. Yeah. The public needs to know that this is an example of lack of transparency, lack of checks and balances, and common sense in Springfield. I mean, it's a direct example.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue to keep fighting for those things because the people deserve it. I will, like I said, work across the aisle. It's about serving the people I am so privileged to serve, like yourself, and making a difference. It shouldn't be a Republican or Democrat issue.
Yep.
It's a children issue. The bill follows all state and federal privacy laws, redacted names of the kids in foster care and the foster parents. So it has nothing to do with not respecting privacy. It's really just about healing, transparency, and being able to help children. I can't imagine as a mom, not being able to tell your children those milestones or tell them about their life. And they should have a right to that information. And that information is supposed to be there anyway in the case file. So it's not something that is not there or shouldn't be there. And then as a prosecutor, I saw firsthand the trauma that children experienced. And I know that there's lots of ways to try to work through that, and parents and families should be able to work together to help them to do that. And we should be giving them all the tools to do so. So this is a very important piece of legislation that is life-changing. There are games going on with politicians, again, I'm not a career politician, that are hurting children. Let's be a leader here in Illinois and get this passed.